and the thingo.
The people. Ah. There.
Is it working?
It appears to be working. Let me see. Hey, I think so. There it is. I see it here. I think. Let's see. What happens when I click on it? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, it's there we go. Sure. Yeah, we'll go with working. Yeah, let's go with working. Working's good. It's fine.
Strangely, I'm not hearing double, but I don't know if that. I don't know.
I muted my.
Are you hearing double from me?
No, because I muted my Google Hangout. Okay, there it is.
Did you mute? But did you mute your output?
Let me see. There are too many things. Just a minute. Just turn it back on. Oh. No, I think. Hello? There, back again. Everything doubled, but.
That's weird because I don't know why I only hear one of you.
Huh. How about now?
Still hear one.
Huh. How about now?
Same.
Okay. Weird.
What's the YouTube link?
Derp, 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 derp. Good question. It was here a second ago. Now it's gone. Oh, okay, it was just in the wrong thing. Too many things.
You just did my audio. Where's the? Let me see if I can. I don't. I guess I can't see the link on my end. I mean, I guess it doesn't. I don't know. I guess there'd be no point in having a backup if the Google thing isn't recording. It should be on your like YouTube page. I don't know where, like under your live events or whatever. It should say you're streaming right now.
Weird.
Unless you're not streaming. Like what's your YouTube name or Google? I don't know. Your YouTube page or whatever.
Let me see. Oh, that's my. Oh. Didn't know that was my name, but it is. It's very unfortunate.
Say something.
Say something.
Say something.
Say something.
Okay. Well, you are streaming. Well, that's not doubled, but whatever.
Okay.
Delayed by a couple of minutes. Maybe it knows. I don't know. We can just.
It always.
It's delayed by like a minute, but that doesn't matter.
Anyway, let's see. Where are the things that do the things? Okay. Well, so far it's not corrupted. So as long as nothing gets set on fire, then we're fine. There. All right. So that's much better. Now that the Hangout is muted, there's less of me on my end, which I could only have 3 voices in my head. I don't need another one.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, anime.
What's that?
Apparently, it's like cartoons and stuff. That's what I heard.
Did you watch that Castlevania thing?
I did. It's pretty Castlevania for someone who hasn't actually played a lot for any Castlevania.
Was there a Belmont?
There was.
Well, okay then.
Yeah. His name's Trevor. And if you thought Thorin Oakenshield was dark and moody, there's another character that Richard Armitage does that manages to be even more dark and moody. Except he doesn't get dragon sickness. Which is really weird because apparently Richard Armitage is Trevor Belmont. And I can't remember his real name, but did you watch the Hobbit movies?
I don't remember them, but I watched them.
Do you at least remember the one dwarf? I think his name was Marvin. He was the
Dwarfy the dwarf. I don't know. There weren't there like 12 of them.
Yes, there were 12 of them. But this guy, okay, I'm not biased because he wasn't my totally favorite dwarf. He was next to Bummer. He was bald and had tattoos on his head, and he always carried around 2 axes, ringing any bells at all.
Dwarf.
Okay. TLDR, he voiced Dracula. So.
Okay.
The cast of Castlevania is roughly about.
It's made up of dwarves.
It's like 40% dwarf.
Yay.
Yay! And it's anime because it kind of looks anime, although I kind of think it leans more on the side of like comic book manga than like anime as anime. If you know what that means at all. But the church are dicks, so it has that in the anime column anyway.
Because are they dicks because they want to kill vampires?
Well, no, because they're basically it spends like an episode of about 50% of the first episode being like, "Hey, Dracula's not such a bad guy. Oh, look, the church burned his wife for being a witch. That's pretty sad."
Isn't that what happened in that X-Men movie with Magneto's wife?
You mean what was the one after? Oh, Apocalypse?
Sure, I haven't seen it, but sure.
I think so. The one where it's like, "Hey, Oscar Isaac, remember that really cool performance you did as, or slash will do slash are doing as Poe Dameron and how cool that was? Yeah, right? What do you want? If you could just stand around when the camera points at you, just sort of glare and grunt, like disappointingly. Okay. Fox. Fox. When will you learn? Oh wait, spoiler alert. Never. Okay, good. I was like, did I just close the recording thing? I didn't. Let's see. So, what have I been watching? Let's get a list because, God forbid, I can remember anything.
We have a list.
Yeah. Most of it is Amazon, which don't ask how that happened.
Amazon Strike, or was it? It's called Strike, isn't it?
Well, it is in America. I still get to save $10 because I'm Canadian. And that's the case. I'm just glad that it is. Let's see. Wow, I'm totally not used to this. Going to Amazon.ca to get my list of anime. This is kind of, I don't know how to deal with this. Oh, hey, look, there's the don't go to my front page very often. Huh. Let's see. How does all this work? Oh, there we go.
A fairy tale ended or is ending or something?
No, it's ended / coming. So it ended. I haven't read it yet, but I'm pretty sure it's probably not as bad as Bleach, but probably on a philosophical level it is.
What happened in Bleach?
The mangaka got rushed and the ending was horrible.
Oh.
It's like, hey, guess what? That thing when you fought the last boss, because he's super OP, he defeated you again. But don't worry, here come a bunch of people that just showed up randomly to give you a pep talk and restore you back to full power, so you can totally go and cupping the shit out of the bad guy. That's basically the summary.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I don't know. From what I can guess, Fairy Tail probably ended much of the way of, hey, guess what, guys? Power of friendship.
Isn't that all? That's all shonen.
Pretty much.
Son of a.
Well, you see, the thing is that I'm not used to using Amazon's webpage, and it's really bad when, like, about half the shows I've watched live there, but I can't get to them. They're hiding. I assume, okay, I just click this button. Okay. Really? But, damn it. Son of a bitch. Amazon, I can't do this right now. I have things to do. I can't sign in all this time.
Do you have things to do?
No, not really. That was a lie. I told Amazon to see if it worked better. Sort the shit out. Oh, good. At least. Okay, so the good thing about Amazon is when you only use Amazon to watch anime, you'll always have a list in front of you when you log in, which is great because
it just shows you the last things you've watched.
Yes, and the thing is that looking for stuff on Amazon is garbage, and I'm glad that I don't have to put up with it. Okay, so I have that. So there's that thing, that other thing, that show. Which, hey, let's do just a quick test here to see if Love and Lies is still missing the subtitles on its second episode, because that was fun to watch. No, still no English subtitles. That's hilarious. Don't ask how that happened. No, seriously, it has no English subtitles, but I watched it anyway and got horribly frustrated, which I can get into, but I don't know. I'm basically watching that show for all of the wrong reasons. But anyway, so we can get into that. Then a bunch of shows I've only watched the first episode of. And my other list of shows is right over here, question mark. Let's see. Oh yeah, and half the show, or about 2 shows that I watched were old shows, so I'm sure that'll be great. Because I picked up New Game again because it's in English.
Is it Is it also back?
Yes. That's one of the reasons why I picked it up again.
So how? So are they doing English for the new season?
Yes, basically they did the first 6 episodes and released it last Friday of the first season. They're doing the following 6 episodes for this coming Friday, and then I think they said that the second season they'll put up in August on sort of like a weekly basis.
Mm.
And that show, long and short of it, it's okay. The ending or the beginning still frustrates me to no end, but we'll get into that. I watched Hyoka. Well, I guess the first 12 episodes of Hyoka.
I watched the. I bought the Blu-ray and then watched the basically the ice cream episode to see how they translated it, and them say Hyoka. It's like, what are they going to do? How are they going to localize? Oh, they just say Hyoka. They don't. They. I guess. I mean, I guess. I guess there's nothing you can do, but they would try to do something clever. But okay.
Yeah, kind of awkward in the 12th episode, last episode of the first batch that they released, where
The pool episode.
It's like, I'm gonna get some ice cream, and then they're like, "Hey, how's that thing on Hyoka coming along?" Actually, now that you think about it, now that you mention it, and then he's like, "Well, I haven't started yet," and then she's like, "Hey, you stupid dickhole, get on that Hyoka run." I'm like, "Yep." It's like, "Hey, Hyoka's our title, and we're looping into the first mystery," and then it's like never referenced again.
Just
So far,
it's the like the major. It's not really about. It's like the first major story, I guess.
it's almost like is an anthology about the classic literature club solving mysteries, and they also have to write an anthology. Now, that's probably not it. Okay. Yeah, there's stuff. Not a lot. I've been lazy / falling behind / my laziness basically having me waiting for episodes to come out because I don't like reading. But on the upside, I caught up on Sakura Quest. So I'm actually watching that currently. So that's not on the delay. Yeah, okay, I'm good. I got what I need. Okay, I think I got this.
Are you lady?
I am. Look, I am in shit tons of lady. I am all lady all the time. I am 100% lady. That is not code. That is accurate.
Are you lady? I am lady.
Oh.
There's gonna be Idolmaster VR.
There is. I saw that clip and I was like, hey, it's really weird because and it's not weird in the way that you think I would think that it's weird. So I get it. There's processing issues, But like, why can't you have? All right, so and this is and it's not like it didn't start from a game, so it's not like this is a giant ongoing issue. But with Idolmaster, with the exception of other or Side M, which apparently is getting an anime, so that'll be interesting. Side M clearly standing for music. No, it stands for man or male, probably, because it's got dudes in it.
It's the boys' anime.
Yes. So basically, there's always been 12 of them, 12 or 13, and yet it can only render like 6 to maybe 9 of them at a time. What's the point? Like, I appreciate it. It's got glow sticks, and it even has mixing in the background. But if you can't see all of them at the same time,
VR is hard, man.
I know VR is hard, but what's the point? Anyway, I give up. I get it. Software limitations. But until I get my holodeck, leave me alone. Okay. Actually, no, I take that back. I do care. Because I found on YouTube, PlayStation Japan has a live stream channel. And Kaneko, the voice of Hanamaru from Love Live Sunshine, which is kind of ironic if you think about it. Streams video games, and occasionally she does VR. She did Job Simulator,
Right.
and I found subtitle versions of the first couple bits, and it's magical. Slightly nausea-inducing because VR, but it's great. Also, she just recently streamed Destiny 2, so that was fun.
Did she keep looking at the floor?
No, I don't think so.
Is that which way is up?
Actually, I haven't watched it all yet, but anyway. It's just so I have something to fall back on, so when my Hanamaru meter gets low, I can fill it back up again.
Zura.
Zura! See, it worked. You probably didn't notice that, but I was getting a little low there, and now I'm good. Good to go. Zura up and down. Let's see.
Zura all around.
Zura on the bus goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we're good.
Are we good?
I don't know. I said that like a good 20 minutes ago, didn't I? Feels
Or are we not good?
Oh, I've had 2 beers. I'm not working. I'm good. So don't drink in podcast meetings. All right. Let's do this thing. I don't know what we're doing, but we'll figure it out. It's worked before. Yeah. I was going to go into tirade, but it's not was cool. Hello, and welcome to the Robert Witchcast episode number
95.
95. There we go. And I clicked on the wrong file, but it's 95 anyway because I remember, because I typed it a couple times before we started this episode. So it's episode number 95, where we talk about anime and whatever else comes up. I'm Chris Canuck, and with me today is
Fallout 12.
And yeah, so anime that's happened. It's weird. It's like July hit, and then anime appeared. But before we get to, like, I don't know, something about summer, no, no, probably not. Um, let's see. So, just sort of wrapping up what I probably the only thing I can kind of remember that I watched during spring and has kind of ended or is going to end. I just haven't watched the last episode, but let's be real. You don't necessarily have to see the last episode. Not necessarily.
Of what?
Of anything. Because, you know, if you don't see the last episode, it never ended. You could have just kept going, but you never know. You don't know. But
sorry, let me.
sure.
I don't know how to turn off the notifications on this thing. Android phones. What do you do?
Just do what I do at work. Just hit it really hard with a hammer.
Airplane mode. There you go. Okay. And mute my other laptop. There we go.
Huzzah! Victory over technology. I don't care what the Macross movie plus or Macross Plus movie said. You can't rule over me. You can't fall in love with me. Go away.
Do you remember love?
I don't know.
I don't. That's the first Macross thing that came to mind.
Okay. I was gonna say because all I remember from that movie is crazy singer AI taking over a military plane and killing a bunch of people because she loved this other guy. And I'm like, see, everybody, this is why Hatsune Miku is a bad idea.
She's the future.
20 years ago, and I'm still saying it now. Just don't give her a fighter jet or the nuclear launch codes because we're all doomed if she does. But anyway, anime. So I've been clunking my way through and almost completed the Kado the Right Answer. And
oh, that was the alien
Arrival-esque.
Japan thingy.
The good news is that Arrival is a good description up until about episode 10, 11. And then it's like, nah, we were going to try to do something else, but now what are we kidding? We're in anime. Let's do some anime shit. I'm like, well, you know, we were kind of going in a decent direction here. You sure you want it? It's like, no, we're just going to go full anime.
So what happens? Like I heard it starts off as like a first contact thingy my bob or whatever.
Yeah, so it's like first contact, and then they get the idea of working with this other being from the anisotropic, which is like the dimension outside of reality, I guess. It's like the,
wait, so another alien just appears or what?
Well, no. So the giant cube shows up, and then the alien comes from the cube, and he's like, "Yo, I'm from the anisotropic, and I want to make all you guys super awesome by like unlocking the secrets of the universe to you, so you never have to sleep." And towards the end of the series, like control over not necessarily time, but space. So basically, you can stop objects and move shit around and real time, effortlessly. And then all of a sudden, in like the last little bit, there's this other character who's been there this whole time, and sort of about halfway through, she's like, "Yeah, I don't like this guy because he seems, well." She basically says he wants him to leave, which is understandable because, as a viewer, you probably know that he's super shady, and that he's got to have an ulterior motive. And in the last couple episodes, he's like, "Hey, guess what? So when I said I want to uplift humanity, which is always a good idea, so like that never goes wrong.
I meant the opposite.
Well, no, basically, because the culture, like the Solarians did the Krogan. The reason Star Trek has the Prime Directive, that little chestnut, that thing where absolutely nothing can go wrong. You just, give a primitive society compared to your own all this technology.
So did humans go evil?
No, basically what happened is he, in about a span of, God, I feel like, man, that expedition dump went on for a while. Not as long, I don't think, as like a From the New World expedition dump, but it was pretty on par. But he's like, so here's the thing. What we did is I crave information, and us people from the anisotropic information together, and that was your universe, and spawned from it, and that was humanity. I'm like, awesome. So not only are you saying we're essentially alone in the universe, which is super exciting, but also you're creepy. And then he says, so you're basically gods to me, despite the fact, if you think about it, he's a god to us, which is kind of weird, but anyway. And then is I'm going to convert the whole of humanity to the anisotropic so we can hang out together and collect information together, be happy. Oh, by the way, side effect, about 99.9% of the world will actually die in this transition. But I just need one person. And then everything just kind of turns. And then this other character who's been sort of a side character this whole time is like, hey, guess what? I was also a person from the anisotropic, but I was a person, like a human this whole time. I like inhabited a human body. So I'm going to fight this dude. Like I said earlier, it went full anime when it didn't necessarily need to. And now it's kind of just doing its anime thing until it's clunky, somewhat maybe decent conclusion, which I haven't watched yet. Pretty sure it's going to be amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know what to say.
That's fine.
Does someone have a daughter who is actually born in the future?
No.
Did Jeremy Renner come and give a speech?
No. Actually, you know what? If you shift just a couple things in Arrival, it could be very similar. Like, if you, instead of following Amy Adams, you followed Hawkeye the whole time. And then in, like, the last act, the Squid people, instead of being brutally murdered by a bomb by humanity, they just fucking try to kill everybody. If you just tweak those last couple things, those two minor details, it's practically the same thing.
Does Will Smith have to upload a Apple virus to a alien computer?
No, the guy from Jurassic Park does. Will Smith just says welcome to Earth. Except it's just a Mandela effect because he doesn't, just everyone thinks he does.
Welcome to Earth.
But, Earth.
Earth. Oh well, I mean, I assume you're gonna watch the end.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be great.
Great as in great in quotes, or great as in great.
Great is in quotes.
Okay.
But on another note, I watched Vatican Miracle Examiner and turned it off.
What's a miracle exact? Is it someone from the Vatican trying to prove that miracles happened?
Sure. I was just like, hey, can I turn this off now? And then, yeah. Next.
Okay.
I'm trying to watch Made in the Abyss, which looks really good, but
Which one was that?
it's a. Let me pull it up here. This is totally my description, not anyone else's. But Made in the Abyss, 2017, NRCC. Within the depths of the abyss, a girl named Rico stumbles upon a robot who looks like a young boy. Rico is a new friend, descends into uncharted territory to unlock its mysteries. But what lies in wait for them in the darkness? Question mark. Basically, from what I understand, it's very pretty, but a hole basically shows up out of nowhere. So a whole town sort of built up around it, and people just sort of descend into the abyss. And beautiful, beautiful vistas and stuff like that abound, along with flying worm things. It's very confusing, especially only after just watching one episode. I intend to watch more. Also, if this picture is to be believed, there might be a bunny girl. Or is that girl up against a tree and she's like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell from here. Or is it like a bunny with a girl head, or like a bunny person? Like even more than Japan is like, yay, we like drawing bunny people. This thumbnail is very misleading. Um, but yeah, that's a thing. I'm working on it. Luckily, there's only 2 episodes, and I just have to watch one more to be current. Hopefully, that leads to things, but we'll see. All right, so this is something that I kind of have. Well, I don't know. It's just stupid words on. I mentioned it last time. Love and Lies, which is a show I'm watching for basically one of the side characters, and I watched the first 2 episodes, and she hasn't really had a line, so I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't think I can do it anymore. But the show itself is basically Japan says, hey, guess what? We're having a birthing problem. Because apparently Japanese boy and a Japanese girl don't know, when you love each other or have to love each other for the sake of the nation, what to do. The answer, of course, is get it on because it's the law. So apparently, retconning Japanese democracy only slightly to fix the birth rates. When you turn 16, you're assigned a life partner. and you're expected to get married and have kids. But it's okay because, you know, the result is based on your personal profile and genetics. So, you know,
So it's like the opposite of that that anti-porno one with the
yes,
crazy girl.
yes, except your boy and girl in this case uh, finally get around to confessing to each other on the boy's on the eve of the boy's 16th birthday, and then he's like, "Hey, girl I've known since elementary school, who I shared my eraser with. Oh, and you still have it? That's adorable. Um, I want to be with you the rest of my life." And then all of a sudden, it turns midnight, and the government like find him immediately, and are like, "Hey, we wrote this girl's name on this paper, and she's going to be your wife." Oh, you were hoping it was her? No, that would be dumb. We're the government. We know everything.
And then what?
Get fucked.
Who gets fucked?
Everybody. But yeah, so that was the first episode. I'm assuming from what happened in the second episode, the main boy character met his to-be girlfriend slash enforced wife, and I don't really know what happened because there weren't any subtitles. I don't know why. There just weren't any, and currently, as of this recording, are still they're not there. So I kind of know what happened based on context and the title of the episode, which was let's pull it up here. A Small Lie, which I'm assuming is referring to when they um, when Neji, the boy character, meets. I think it's um, wow. That's okay. So the his future wife character's name is Rena, but with an RI in front of it. So we Rena? That seems redundant, but anyway, I'm not going to map on a fake girl's name, even though I just did. Um, I think they lied to each other that they love each other. Not quite sure. Um, and then um, she met Misaki, which is like, hey, this is the person I really have a crush on, but you girls should talk anyway. And then they had some kind of conversation. There might have been a lie there. I don't know, because there weren't any subtitles. So that was something. I could have looked it up, but I don't know. It's a lot of work. But I don't know. I'm basically been watching this episode for like um, um, one of the voice actors for like uh, for Misaki's best one of Misaki's best friends is again Honamaru Seiyu. So that's basically why I'm watching the show. Except she keeps coming up and not either not getting a line or being talked over. So I'm just like, oh my god, this is painful. And then, because you'd think if it's essentially a harem show, like the best friends always factor into at least a part of one episode. And she hasn't had one speaking line, but because weird anime crediting rules, all you need to do to get credit in the show is to have your character show up. You don't actually need to say a line. As long as they're there in the background, you get your name at the end.
Really?
And yeah, because during the whole second episode, she didn't get a line, but her name was at the end. So I'm like, wow.
Maybe Well, maybe she's a main character, so she's in all the credits.
True. Although I think that's how they do credit it, because if you like if you're watching One Piece and the credits at the end, like the English version, you'll have a bunch of people as like additional voices, but when it has the Japanese track credits, it's like instead of being a big list of like additional voices, it's like uh, Villager A, Soldier B, that other guy, the guy with no pants. But just anyway, whatever. I'm just anyway. The reason I'm watching the show is stupid. So every time I talk about the show, it's kind of stupid. I have to say.
Okay.
But continuing on with that I saw that I'm actually current on is Princess Principal.
What's that about?
Okay.
Is it about a principal?
You'd think so. No. I think the principal is more of like I'm failing it English, not like
not AL but LE. Not principal but principal.
Oh no!
As I say.
Take that back. That was my only thing. That was my hope. But no, it's actually spelled PAL. So maybe it's like a Clannad thing where they thought Clannad was something else, but it wasn't, and it was just a mistranslation of the title. So I think they were like, "Oh yeah, Clannad is like Gaelic for Irish or Gaelic. I can't remember, for like family or something." Except that's not actually true. So maybe it is like Principal, not Principal, and they just were like, "Yeah, who's gonna know?"
What's the diff?
What's the diff? So basically, there's 5 girls. I know, shocker. Go to a prestigious all-girl boarding school, and half of them are spies, and one is a princess. Actually, the princess, because it's in like a alternate steampunk London. That's like, I'm not quite sure if it's supposed to be like this weird alternate World War II sort of scenario or something like that. But a lot hasn't necessarily happened so far. But it's like two.
Why are they spying?
I don't know yet. It was probably told to me. I just wasn't paying attention.
Okay.
But it's really, I like it. It looks really pretty. It sounds really nice. And even though they're kind of all sort of lolly bait characters, they're kind of okay. And in the second episode, it's like they have to infiltrate this ball where the princess is. It's like I guess it's kind of a flashback, but not really defined as one, just kind of assumed. And they meet the princess, which luckily she's the best character in the show because she doesn't actually have a name yet. So you can just be like, yeah, they met the princess and still be correct and not have to worry about what her actual name is. and the two characters that you've been introduced to in that episode are basically she gets confronted by them and like, hey, guess what? So I know you're spies, and I'm going to tell everyone that you're spies unless you help me like kill all my family so I can be the next queen. And they're like, well, I guess so, because I think they're supposed to. Some of the spies are supposed to be from America. They just say the West, so I would assume that's what they're getting to. But I like it. I like it.
It sounds weird.
It is, but it's only because I'm describing it quickly. It's just one of those things you have to see. Don't take my word for it.
Isn't that's the reading rainbow thing, right?
Star engineer would say.
Don't take my word for it. Butterflies in the sky.
Speaking of which,
take a look.
It's in a book. It's
reading Rainbow.
Oh, that's right. Actually, I was going to go to New Game, but I forgot. I watched the show. Restaurant from Another World. I like this show a lot because in describing it, I always get hung up on character names and characters. But this show is the best show to describe to people because it doesn't give a shit about any of that. Like, so much that, like, the main chef character doesn't have a name. People just call him Master.
Master Chef.
I guess. And ask me anything about any of the cast that I've seen in the show so far, and I won't be able to tell you a goddamn thing about them. Other than, hey, one's like an adventurer, and one's like a demon girl with adorable goat horns. And one's like an ancient red dragon that can turn into a busty girl and eat stew. Like, it's basically a show made for me, and that's the worst part about it, is because it's just another food show. The food shows that I've seen so far, so that girl graffiti show where it's like, hey, we're gonna make food and hang out together as girls and have fun, be artsy. This show's like, hey, I'm gonna come up with a conceit, have this character show up, and then we're gonna animate them eating food. Really nice, and people are gonna be hungry. It's weird. Like it has like the bare minimum of the premise for people to show up. I'm just gonna eat. I'm not gonna have character dialogue or character progression. Well, maybe a little bit, but nothing really substantial. And we're just gonna eat food. And you're gonna like it. I know I'm not helping, but it's true.
Okay.
It's weird. It is. It's like, anyway. And then, yeah, so I've been watching New Game because I didn't watch it the first time. I kind of dropped it. But, you know, I'm watching in English, so I'll be able to watch it easier because, again, as I've documented on the show tons of times, I'm really lazy and don't like reading. Yeah, that premise is still annoying. Even in English, it doesn't help. Because I know I'm really supposed to feel bad for Olga and the fact that her mild tribulations of surviving in a work environment are super
So
hard.
they just sit around and play games?
No, they sit around and make games. It's just another four girls doing cute things, except with let's work at a game company instead. Like it's just like another one of those shows where it's like, you know, they could be doing pretty much anything, but in this case, it's like I know a little bit about game development, and if I put that in a wrapping of four cute girls doing cute things, people will buy it. People want it.
And they were right.
They were right. And I'm sorry, Oba, you're adorable, but you still have too much purple in your character design. And I find the fact that you graduated from high school and went right into game development with your only skill being drawing really super frustrating.
That's how amazing she is.
I'm gonna try to not scream in frustration right now. It's fine. It's just a character in an anime. She's not real, and it's fine.
Are you watching, was it Gamers or whatever?
I want to.
It's the other side. You can see people make games and then you can see people play them.
Okay.
Yay.
Are they all like Kirby games?
I don't know anything about it. I just know it's called Gamers.
Let's see. Oh wait, that won't tell me anything. Maybe. It's being simuldubbed, so probably.
Okay.
Delay.
Has Funimation done like dubs the day that the subtitles come out?
Yes, actually, that leads to my up until recently, they were doing Hero Academia, but they had to stop, which made me sad. But I think they're picking it up in another week or so. So they had to finally put in a delay. Originally, their plan was to do week and week of like the first 6 episodes, and they managed like 13. So, and I'm kind of curious to figure out whether that's more of the Japanese side than their side, but because if Shurabako taught me anything, I'm assuming it's on the Japanese side.
They just need to open their studio in Japan and get all the scripts and translate them.
And get all the cool Japanese production girls to come to them in their cars/bicycles. And then have the beast strap her time and then Shurabako reference. Yeah, so the show for this season that's day and date is 18 If, which took a while for me to watch because I'm not sure what caused the issue, but it was region locked in the US for a good for like a good 2 weeks or so, and I don't know why.
Yeah, what's that show?
Have you watched Paprika?
You mean Inception?
Or Inception?
Yes.
Any of those? Have you ever wished, hey, I would like this movie done, except more simplified and in a sort of minimalist art style? Preferably.
So wait, they go into dreams, but their dreams look boring?
Well, no, here's the thing. So yes, they go into dreams. They go into dreams of, now, brace yourselves, this is an anime. They go into girls' dreams that have had their lives screwed up in such a way that they've essentially gone into a coma. They're in their own dream worlds, becoming witches, almost like Monica, but not really. So the first episode was like this. They dealt with this witch who came from this girl who was very prim and proper, but really just wanted to do her own thing and be her own person. But in the end, was bullied and kind of just a sort of lukewarm. Like, sure, it's great to, you know, try to be the best student and all of that, but you gotta let loose once in a while because you'll go crazy. The end. And I feel like I might be oversimplifying that, but I don't think I am.
So that's how they learn.
Yes. Then the other episode was.
So wait, what does 18 if mean?
I don't know. It's like.
Are they 18?
Maybe.
Wait. Oh wait.
You're 18 if maybe. Actually, no. That title would make more sense if, like, a couple weeks ago, I couldn't remember if it was 18 if or 18-ish. Because I thought it was 18-ish for a while. That would have made more sense. Yeah, and then the second episode, it's like this. Because in the first episode, they're like, "Yeah, these witches are bad because they'll affect the waking world, and that's bad." And this episode is like, so there's this witch who's taking these dudes that wronged her in the past into the dream world and killing them, and then they die in real life.
Gasp.
How the main character gets the girl to get over it, basically, it's like, oh, I'm just going to let her do it. And then she'll be satisfied and eventually stop and wake up.
So he lets people die?
He did in that episode. He even killed the dude in that episode. And then they're like, at the end, they're like, "Hey, guy, you totally killed somebody." He's like, "Yeah, I know." And then it ended. I'm like, what? What? It's like, you're trying to bring up all of these things that you think are important, but you're not spending the time desired to do anything about it other than, like, dude, this is important. Moving on. I'm like, what? Are you like a bad PowerPoint presentation? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Man, I'm sitting for the friggin' cat dude. That's by J. Michael Tatum at this point. Nothing else here makes any sense at all.
Are you just watching it because it's dubbed?
Yes.
Okay.
And it's day and date, so I support it, so I watch it.
Okay.
Very simple requirements.
Touche.
But anyway, yeah, so there's that one. And what else is there? Man, I wish there was more. I wish there was just one more episode of this show. Is there? Oh, there is. Oh my god. All right, because today's Sunday. It comes out on Sunday. Okay. So, another episode another show that I've been watching is Welcome to the Words.
Welcome to the.
I know, it's weird. If you think it's
How do you spell that?
How do you spell that? How is it pronounced in Japanese? You don't want to know what answer. I watched Welcome to the Ballroom. It's kind of, so I know everyone is like, oh, it's just Yuri on Ice. Except if you compare it to Yuri on Ice, it's like drastically different.
There are girls in it, right?
Yes, there's girls in it.
So there you go.
Yuri on Ice.
I thought Yuri on Ice was all about guys on ice.
Yes, but this has. They weren't very prominent, but they were girls in Yuri on Ice as well.
Okay.
Just trying to, I almost got into a fight at work about Yuri on Ice. Never happened.
Did you start working for a figure skating company?
No, it just came up randomly to the team that I'm on. I also almost disowned someone because they said they didn't like the Death Parade opening. They were like, "It's nothing like the show." I'm like, "That's the point." But anyway, so yeah, it's weird because one, the ratio to skating to from like skating and other things on your own ice was much like the skating was much more prominent than in the show. And it seems really weird. Um, Also, the show has like a very odd, like weird face thing going on, where they'll do like weird over exaggerated facial expressions. And I'm just like, I don't know. I like the show, but I don't know why.
Do they dance?
They do. And the best part is, unlike Yuri on Ice, it's a total shonen because the guy wants to be the very best dancer, like no one ever was.
Does he catch all the dancers?
He does. He says, I want to be the very best, like no one ever was. To dance is my real quest. To stretch is my cause. No, I'm getting that wrong. But anyway, I like that show. It's one of the shows that I feel bad that it's trapped on Amazon. And I hope it gets a good release. That sounded wrong.
Well, it's on Amazon.
That sounded more hentai than it. Yeah, I like that show. To the point of, I saw that the third episode was on, and I wanted to stop this very episode just to watch it because we're doing it late today. But that's the thing. I feel like I'm late to the party, and that if anyone hasn't already watched it, they've already watched it, and they've already said whether they're going to continue or not. But I don't know. I think it's a lot of fun, and sort of the way that like something like Soma, another like shonen anime with like this weird rapping, was a lot of fun, despite the fact it's really creepy first episode, which I almost disowned it over. But anyway.
Okay. So you just watched dubbed anime and Amazon anime?
Yeah, I know. It's weird. I never thought I'd say that, but I did.
Nothing on Crunchyroll?
Well, that's kind of where I was watching a restaurant from another world, and I'm currently still watching Sakura Quest there.
Oh yes.
Yeah, came up with this. But I kind of came up with an ending for Sakura Quest that I really want them to do, but it's mostly me just wanting to backdoor into another series or another season of Shirobako. The long story, I'll try to keep this short, is that apparently in Japan, in Umazu, they're having a festival, and I thought, so about a month ago, I saw this video, a bunch of preschoolers doing an Ondo to, what's the name of the song? Is it Sunshine Pika Pika Ondo or Ondu? Aqua song from like a year ago. They turned it into like because that's what an Ondo is, a traditional Japanese festival dance.
Sure.
And I was like, wouldn't that be great if, and that's totally what they're doing, supposedly. And I'm like, hey, that's great that's a great way to promote a town. basically backdoored into a popular anime. And then I thought of Sakura Quest and how they're trying to bring everyone to Maruyama, and that's like the point of the show. And I'm like, wouldn't it be great if at the end they had like an ending that paid off all of the characters, and then all of a sudden, like the supposed lost ending to Star Trek Deep Space Nine, the character or the camera pans out, and all the characters are there as like voice actors, and then they're like, "Man, this Sakura Quest anime for Manayama is going to be super dope." And then Aoi from Shirobako shows up and is like, "Yep, it'll be great." And then they do like a title card, a la like Space Patrol, Luluko, Little Witch, Academia handoff, and they're like, "Yay, another episode of Shirobako!" And I'm like, "Hey, one, it's a great ending. Two, it's actually factual because that's what you would do in real life if you wanted to promote your town, make a freaking anime about it. Three, Shirobako." But anyway. Yeah. That show is still good, though.
Sakura Quest?
Yes, Sakura Quest is still a good show. I like it a lot. I like it so much, I'm basically watching it twice. So. Once in Japanese and once in English. So.
Yay.
I don't care about your potato faces. Because you're all adorable.
But you do care.
I only care as much as that. I recognize the fact that their faces look the same. I also recognize the fact that I don't care. That, and I just want a PA cinematic universe.
It's all glass slip.
But if it's not a giant cinematic universe, then why is there a Sea People poster in that mecha anime they did that I couldn't remember the name of? But anyway, it's fine. I'm on the first. I know you're working on it. I'll help you. Just call me. So yeah, that's pretty much what I've been watching.
Okie dokie.
Other than I finally I like devolved into Stranger Things and finally watched that, and yeah,
it's weird. I really enjoyed it, but I don't remember much about it. I mean, I remember Egos.
Yeah.
And I remember, I don't know. I feel like it doesn't need like another season. Like I feel like it could have just but it could have just ended, and I don't know. I felt like that would have been fine, but that's not how it works.
The only thing that depressed me about that show is that I kept confusing the science teacher with the guy that dies in like the first episode that was running down the hall into the elevator. Because I think they had a similar mustache.
I totally don't remember any of this, so.
and some of the flashbacks to like when they were putting out like the sensory deprivation tank. There was like a guy in the foreground that I could have sworn looked a lot like him. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why is it every time that I get it? They're three nerds. Like they play D&D in the basement. But seriously, like just hypothetically, what would it be like if there was like an alternate reality? And he's like, oh well, now that you mention it, funny enough, if there was an alternate reality, it would be like this.
The Upside Down.
The Upside Down. And then a couple episodes later, they're like, hey, science teacher, let me interrupt your date and ask you about a sensory
Oh, yes.
deprivation.
That I remember.
You would totally know that. And he's like, I want a date here, guys. TLDR. And
But he's the cool teacher who wants to help kids.
He's also a guy with a creepy mustache that's working for the man. It's gotta be. Great science teacher knows how to make a sensory deprivation tape, for fuck's sake. God damn it. Follow the money.
I don't know. Stranger Things. I don't know. I feel like they resolved the other dimension thing, and the girl is free, and all the bad guys died or whatever. It's all good. What? I don't know what else they can do.
Clearly, according to the trailers, have an even bigger monster.
Yeah, I haven't seen any of the. I forgot. Oh, sorry. I forgot Comic-Con was like now, and I didn't see any of that stuff. But yeah, meh. I mean, I'll probably watch it when it comes out, but I don't know. It was fine. I think it's strange because it also relies heavily on 80s nostalgia, but it didn't feel offensive to me in the way that Ready Player One makes me hate humanity. I didn't mind all the I didn't mind all the 80s references and 80s porn, but yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that thing's still a thing. I kind of want to see Ready Player One movie in like worst possible.
I'm good.
Mostly because I'm like, because I've had Will Wheaton read me the audiobook like 3 times.
Oh, wow. What's wrong with you?
It was a Sunday, and I had to level my fishing in World of Warcraft. Yeah, I'm just like, I get it, but so apparently Steven Spielberg's like, I'm not referencing any of my movies, okay? So I guess his notebook's just going to be my notebook, which is no big deal. But like the semi-climax with like Ava's in it, and Voltron is mentioned by name, and Mechagodzilla, and a G1 Gundam.
Wait.
Yeah.
Why would you get Spielberg to direct it, but he won't reference his own movies?
Well, that's only what I read.
I get. I thought I would have thought the whole point was to go all in on the stupid 80s Spielberg shit by getting Spielberg. But oh well.
I don't know if it's going to be true, but I don't. Other than his notebook, and I think there was like a line in there where it's like, where they're like, where he rewatches or watches a lot of the Indiana Jones trilogy and just pretends that the others didn't exist. I want to say those are the only 2 references of his movies in there, but I can't remember for for sure, but I'm pretty sure. But still, I think it's dumb. And there's just way too much, like, way too much references where you'd have to pay off way too many people to make it even worth doing at all. But anyway. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why it took so long. It's because they're waiting for that to go into public domain, so it's easier, but I doubt it. Public domain is that long.
Ready Player One.
And he's in the climax, he's referenced as being in the mech from Spider-Man, which is the Japanese version of Spider-Man. And I'm like, as an anime fan, I know you're not just going to stroll up to whomever has that license, which, if it's anything like just the Skippy material, which is like, you might as well just looking for dust in the wind. It's like, yeah, I need to license this mech from the Spider-Man series. Who has it? Oh, he has his. Oh, okay, so this company has the legs. This company has the left arm. This company has the head. This company has the body. This company has the left pinky on his left arm. I'm like, seriously? Yeah. And I'm like, man, it's just, what's the point? Like, I'm not predicting the last Airbender sort of level of bad. Yeah.
I mean, well, I guess I don't like this. I don't like the very existence of Ready Player One as a concept, so I'll leave it at that. Like I said, I'm okay with Stranger Things. I don't know if you watched the Goldbergs, that sitcom. About So it's about families, a family living in the '80s, and like and it's also references. So they've done like, hey, it's like we're like in the Goonies, and they ride bikes around, and hey, we're like the Karate Kid, and then the kid does the crane kick, so it does all those things. And I think that's my line. I'm okay with that, but Ready Player One passes that line, and it turns into super fan service, which is a bit too much for me. But hey, I don't know. That's fine, I guess. I guess so. Anime wise, I didn't like. I watched two trashy anime just to check them out. So one isn't licensed. So that I forgot what it's called, but it's the one with the it's the one where it's supposed to be lesbians, but it turns out one of the girls is actually a guy in a skirt, whatever that was called. And yeah, that's trash. That's softcore hentai trash. And the other is the other Yuri crap, or whatever it's called. And that's, I mean, it's not total porn, but it's still pretty trash. Sort of as expected. So yeah, I guess, I mean, I don't know what else to say about them. They are what they are, and they're unapologetic about it. So good on them, I guess. Um, the one thing I do find interesting is that there's still unlicensed anime, and two of the bigger ones, that new Fate show, Fate Apocrypha. Oh, did someone pick it up? Who picked it up? Or where is it streaming now? On Netflix has it? That's crazy. They have another thing that's airing. some gambling anime
Oh,
thing.
yeah, oh, I think that explains it. Yeah, because I wanted to watch that, but I couldn't find it anywhere. The high school for gambler, addict, gamblers.
Gamble, gamble,
Gamble,
gamble,
gamble.
gamble, 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 gamble.
Okay.
Well, if that the other one is Simple Gear, and I don't know if that's been licensed or not,
I don't think so.
which is also weird because Simple Gear was on Crunchyroll like the previous seasons. I don't know if it still is. I assume the old season's still there, so I don't know what deals are over there, but um, needless to say, I guess fan subbing is still a thing, which is interesting. uh, the UTW, a group I don't think I've thought about in a while, started doing the Fate anime because that's what they do, and yeah, and Simple Gear is out there as well. Um, the other thing that is sort of anime that I watched was Shin Godzilla, the Godzilla directed by Hideki Anno, and all I mean the movie itself is like it's very simple. It's like it's very like you can distill it to human beings dump nuclear waste into the ocean and is responsible for creating this giant lizard Godzilla monster, and they have a choice of how to deal with it, either by launching more nukes at it or by freezing it to death, or not to death, but freezing it and making it go into hibernation. And and obviously they're about to nuke it, but then they freeze it, and
Okay.
and that I mean it's very simple, and it's just like and sort of it's as with like classic Godzilla, it's sort of the anti-nuke parable of like, the Godzilla is the manifestation of everything we've done wrong with nuclear war, like with nuclear bombs and et cetera, et cetera. What makes it strange is that it's like if you've seen Evangelion, you've seen this movie. It feels so much like Evangelion that it's really weird. Like it's uncanny, and I think Anno is just unapologetically saying I'm just gonna make this as much like Evangelion as possible without referencing angels and Shinji and whatever. And so like you have like just like the way the technology is presented, like everything is labeled. So every time like a new tank is on screen, it's like this is the, I don't know, something something battle tank, and this is the something something Japanese fighter jet, and this is the something helicopter, and this is the something artillery battery, and it's always like you always get a shot of it, and then like a caption underneath. Also, there are like 1,000 characters, and they're all politicians, and every time a new politician is on screen, you see it's captioned with like their name and their position every single time. It's like for the first 10 minutes, every time a character is on screen, it's like here's this guy, he's like the deputy, I don't know, minister, and here's a scientist, and here's the prime minister. It's like, and here's the new prime minister after the old one dies, and whatever. And and um there's a girl who's supposed to be American, but she's played by a Japanese actress. But the way she acts is basically, she's basically Masato in all but name. She's like the same sort of freewheeling, um, sort of like sexy but also serious and also fun girl that you remember from Eva, and all it's just, and then also the way, so and the amazing thing is, like, I would say 80% of the movie is meetings, and 20% is actual Godzilla. And I think part of it is making fun of like how of red tape and bureaucracy. So um like there's a scene where like these helicopters are surrounding Godzilla and they're about to shoot, and then one guy sees like a grandpa carrying someone away from like the battlefield or whatever. And it's like, do we have permission to fire civilians? And then so he calls his like direct boss, and that boss calls his like military commander, and the military commander calls like the central military office, and the central military office calls like um the war minister or whatever, the minister of defense, and then that person has to ask the prime minister, and then he's like, so and then he says abort, and then it has to go all the way the other way, and you see each of those calls being made, and it's really funny. I don't know. It's like I get it. I get what you're doing, and the way that these conversations, like all these meetings are shot, is with I can't. It's hard to explain in words. Like they're just Evangelion type angles of how characters are shown. Particularly since most of these are like they're either sitting around a table or they're sitting, or like five people are standing in front of like a laptop. Of course, they're looking into the camera, but the camera is supposed to be the laptop screen. It's just and it plays the so he got the composer for Eva to compose the music for this, and it it keeps playing that Evangelion track. Like they don't even pretend it's another song. It's just that the one with like the heavy the drum beat or whatever. Whenever like a battle is about to start, it's called Decisive Battle. But what,
Might be doing it too fast.
it's the one that's maybe if I
think I know. Please wait while we look this up. Fuck it.
I know there's a way to play stuff in the Hangouts, but I don't know how to do that. But I can post a link. Um,
Buffering.
but anyway, it just keeps playing. So that video is actually like the different versions of the same song they keep playing, but it's like it's the Evangelion song, and that song plays during like pretty much every meeting they have, which is just like I I I could I see why people like this movie a lot. I enjoyed it too. I think I'm glad. I almost don't want or need him to make Evangelion 4 or Rebuild 4. Like this is like, I mean, obviously this has nothing to do with Evangelion, but it's enough like Evangelion that I don't think I need that final movie. I could just in my head just pretend that somehow this is the final movie. This is the fourth Evangelion movie. Shinji turned into Godzilla and or whatever. And but it's 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 a very Anno movie. Yeah, it it might as well be like it might as like I mean they destroyed Tokyo, but it might as well be Neo Tokyo. And like you also like you get the same like civilians evacuating and blah blah blah. Like it's it's Evangelion, but slapped into the Godzilla franchise, and it works. I'm surprised it works, and I certainly enjoyed my time watching it more than I did watching that the Bryan Cranston one from from I don't know 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, the one where it was like, hey, this Godzilla is much cooler than the giant dinosaur we got last time. So we should have more of it. Wait, no, don't go back to Scarlet Witch and Silver again, please. No, come back. No, back here to the thing that the movie is named after. We would like to see more of that, please. No, okay. All right, fine. I'll just here wait.
Yeah.
At the end, we just.
I sort of regret not seeing it in theaters because I think it would have been a fun experience, but I'm surprised. Like, it really sounds like it does. Like, not only does it sound simple, but it also there literally is just meetings after meetings after meetings. They evacuate Tokyo to go have another meeting about evacuating Tokyo, and it's politicians meeting other politicians and scientists having meetings with scientists. It's um like they have quote unquote American characters, but they're all terrible actors. It's like we must use the strength of humanity, and that is nuclear warfare. Huzzah! It's like, Japan, you must be ready to use nukes. We must stop Godzilla, and it's like, oh god, like this should be terrible, but I think just it wrapped up in the context. I think with like the layer of Evangelion craziness on top of it, it makes it kind of amazing. But also, I don't know. Like, I wonder if someone who doesn't care about Evangelion would like this film or not. I don't know. I know I enjoyed it because it was so much like Evangelion, but maybe I'm I'm the anime freak, and a normal person be like, this is so boring. I mean, there's 3 scenes of Godzilla. One where he destroys a city, 2 where they try to stop him with conventional weapons, and 3 the climactic way that they finish him off. And the rest, it's meeting after meeting after meetings. I don't know, but you should check it out if because I know Funimation has it, so I assume they're going to put it out at some point.
So
but
it's not quite as bad as the Bryan Cranston one, but
well, I would say it's good.
Okay.
But I say it's good because I think it's fucking insane. That's just if I've never heard of Evangelion or Hideki Anno, I don't know what I would think, but I can't. For me, it's impossible to divorce myself from that, right?
So I have a checklist. I have a checklist that I've been building while you've been describing things.
Sure.
And it's they're what I would consider Eva-isms or Evangelion-isms. So, question the first. At any time, does anyone in a meeting room or otherwise, in context or not, have their elbows on the table and their head resting on their hands covering them?
Yes. I think so, yes. I think so. I think that happens.
Okay. I was kind of expecting that to be a no, so I'm kind of thrown off guard. I think this is a no, but I'm going to ask you anyway because I think it's funny. At any point, do they cover the fact that they want to cut production budget and move things along by putting scenes on escalators or elevators?
No. There are really long evacuation scenes, but you don't get a scene riding an endless elevator to nowhere. Or
you know what? Somehow, the years of therapy.
I will say, speaking of the budget, the CG, sometimes it ranges from laughable to kind of to passable, and it's a weird, particularly Godzilla, but also the other stuff. But it's that is also strange too. But yes,
That was not the answer I was hoping. I was hoping more along the lines of because they spent it all on Godzilla, but apparently not. Um, let's see. Okay, so at any point does a character, and I'll even include Godzilla, say either um, something similar to or the exact words of "I mustn't run away."
um, the yes,
Huh.
yeah, yes, I think
Even
yes,
as a question, that's not the answer I was expecting. Even
yes.
sounded unsure. Oh, okay,
I mean, I think the context is different, but
okay,
yes,
okay,
that sentiment is expressed.
okay. Okay, so it's more of an unsaid but not said sort of thing.
Sure.
Okay, I'll take that. That was that was more of a laugh, but the fact that that exists is another level for me again. Um, no, I think that's it. I wanted to say more things like
There's no
because
penguin,
yeah,
unfortunately. There's no pen. um,
it's like
I admit I was disappointed at the end of the credits. The girl didn't come out and go Servisu because she was basically Misato. I was like, oh, they didn't have a preview for a non-existent movie. um, and there's no cruel angel thesis.
oh, is there? Okay,
There
so
is a Shinji like sort of martyr hero, anti-hero, hero type person who is the main character, who ends up being the main character. Um, and there's like sort of intrigue as well. Um, not I took your mother and cloned her, and I'm going to try to morph humanity into a giant blob type of intrigue. But um, I guess the realistic equivalent of now that Japan is destroyed and all the government is dead, we can rebuild. So there's that, but not the not in the not in the Evangelion type of way. There's no instrumentality, although the effects are in some ways the same. Um,
yeah, most of the other references I have are more rebuild movies, so not as classic digs to Eva.
I
Like
can't remember. I mean, I just remember the last one. I don't remember. I mean, first one was basically the first 6 episodes or whatever, but with the random new girl inserted in for fun. The second one I
for
can't
figures.
for figures. Second one I don't remember at all, and the third one was Kaoru and playing the piano, and
Haru and Shinji,
it's
oh no. Okay, so the first movie was the first 6 episodes. The second movie was the hey, let's throw Mari in because we gotta sell figures,
right.
and then the um, the third movie was the Brokeback Basement movie.
Yes, the homoerotic piano playing.
But yeah, most of my other references are more towards the rebuild movies. Like at the end of Shin Godzilla, did they have a preview for the next Godzilla movie where nothing in the preview would actually be in the second
Exactly.
movie?
That's what I was hoping for. And she would say "Servisu, Servisu." Um, but it, I don't know. It's an Eva. It's Eva 4. Let's just call it that. If you're waiting for Eva, well, this is basically it. And maybe he'll actually make it, but I kind of hope he doesn't pull
He
off.
said he's going to do it now. He said that he finally finally get Godzilla, and now you're gonna get that payoff of like that Unit Two. It was half of Unit Two and half of Unit Five. Something from the preview of Evangelion 3 that will not happen in Evangelion 4.
Right.
Like, what about that cool scene with the assuming it's like the double Eva, like from the last movie,
Nope.
except with Asuka and Mari.
Nope.
What about them? Oh right, I forgot you're Hideki Anno and you don't give a shit about your preview or having continuity between your movies.
They're meaningless.
I'm sorry. Right, I'm sorry. It's my fault for misunderstanding you and not you talking to me. I keep getting these confused.
Right.
Anyway.
It's great. I was surprised. Like I didn't know what to expect. I also don't understand. I guess several people own Godzilla. I mean, this is put up by Toho, who own Godzilla, but I don't know. Like, I guess whoever made the Bryan Cranston one licensed it, and they're just making their own Godzilla thing. But I don't know.
Okay, so not Ava related, but Godzilla related.
Sure.
So the only good part and solace I got from that entire movie is when Godzilla was fighting. I can't remember what they called it, but I'm just gonna say Mothra. Just,
yes.
All spades here, but Mothra. I think. Oh no, they called it Muto. I'm like, really? God, I guess you couldn't license Mothra, but like, anyway, whatever. Mothra. And at the end, they're like, so they're gonna fight, and then his spine started to light up, and he atomic breathed right down Mothra's fucking throat. And I was like, yes, this entire garbage with Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch and all they're having to put up with their stupid bullshit, and Bryan Cranston and his fucking bullshit, and it's like, I lost my wife. I don't care about your wife. I'm sorry. This is a Godzilla movie. I paid good money to see this fucking giant lizard atomic breath somebody. And I finally got it, and it's awesome.
You would love this movie. Okay. He does some really cool things with nuclear powered laser beam thingies from all over his body. Yes.
You had me at nuclear laser thingies.
This Godzilla watched that last Starfighter movie, and he does the move where he disco balls around and spreads lasers and all over the place.
Oh my god! I just realized that I think this movie is because it's not Godzilla, but I can't remember the name of the monster. But it's on par with. He was like the Earth's guardian, and he just happened to be like a giant Godzilla-sized turtle. And his like super move was him like going into a shell and just like flinging himself around like a frisbee. Was it like that?
It's not like that. It's similar. I guess. Well, maybe.
Because if I'm not, it wouldn't surprise me if Toho as well. Actually, they probably own all giant monsters. Anyway.
Probably. But if you watch Shin Godzilla and experience it, experience all of it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it because I'm thinking, oh, Gamera, that was his name. But I'm thinking getting Shin Godzilla and the Steins Gate movie off of Amazon just to make it worth it. Because Oddly enough, Funimation don't stream their movies. I don't know why. Just don't.
Different rights, probably.
Probably, but hey. Yeah, so yeah, why not? Anything else other than
No, that was it. I mean, I guess the off-topic thing is I'm background watching Roseanne, because of the news of the reboot or whatever. I was like, I haven't seen this in 10 years. Let's and I think it holds up. I'm surprised at how much I'm enjoying watching Roseanne. Um, in spite of sort of her recent politics, I'm curious what the new show will be like. But just as a show about just a family being like a lower middle class, working class family, they're struggling, um, to keep their family together and to make money and all that. It's nothing. There's still really nothing quite like it, um, on TV. So I can see why it's coming back, and yeah, I guess I'm looking forward to it. I don't know, maybe. Um, like you remember, so you watch Angel, right? Ain't Buffy and Angel? So you remember Doyle from Angel? Um, like he was like,
he was my favorite, and I was so sad he died.
yeah, and so he's in Roseanne as one of the boyfriends, and it's funny because I guess when I was watching this when I was young, I didn't notice, but now that I know that he's Irish, it's like I can hear you're doing a really bad job trying to sound American. I can hear your Irish accent come out with every other word you speak, but yeah.
Just sidetracking a little bit. The best and worst part about his character is that he was the best, and I was sad when he was written off the show. And two, that basically was like, hey, let's just have Angel be just being a revolving door of like Buffy cast-offs.
Right.
Like, man, remember when the show had an original character on it? He was great. Remember? That was awesome. Anyway.
Yeah, but
I'm not bitter.
That's Roseanne.
That's Roseanne.
It's yeah. I'm just surprised that it holds up as much as it does. And yeah. Otherwise, I might try to start watch more anime. I don't know. Um, the Monogatari comes back in I guess a couple weeks or whatever. So that might be it. That might be what gets me back. But yeah, I spent the trash anime was enough to make. Oh yeah, this is anime. I'm good.
But it's not all anime.
It's quite a bit of anime.
Yeah, like a large percentage, like 30%, is marginally better to gooder than that.
Marginally. uh, I kind of wanted to watch that. Was it that Hajimete Gal, whatever? Forgot what the English title is called. Like my first love is a gal or whatever.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Kind of wanted to watch that just to see what they do, but otherwise, yeah.
From what I understand from that show, trying to get the anime, you're picking real good ones. It's not sarcasm. That's legit concern. I mean, something positive.
It's very slim pickings because it's anime.
Oh.
But what can you do? But yeah. Oh, I guess we can just mention female Doctor Who.
Yay!
What do you think?
It's fine. Finally, people can stop bitching about it. Oh wait, what's up? Just a second. I'm getting something off the wire. It's just in. Half the internet happy about female Doctor. Half the internet shitting their pants. Great. People are nothing.
I'm still waiting for the minority Doctor. Racial minority Doctor.
True. I'm just like, man, whatever. It's fine. I'm happy about it. It'll be fine. Mix it up a bit. And no, I wasn't. I want to say, where did it come up in my feed? Somewhere. I can't remember which doctor it was, but he was like, and this is just going off the title. Maybe it's misleading, but I doubt it. Where they're like, but Doctor Who is supposed to be a role model for boys.
But boys can't look up to girls. That's against the law.
Especially little boys. Anyway, it's fine. And now it's confirmed that Capaldi, fake First Doctor, and Bill Mackey are going to be back for the Christmas special.
Yay!
Yay! Hey, I'm taking a break from being an intergalactic water-based creature with my girlfriend to hang out with you just one last time.
She probably watches him die or something.
Probably. Because, like, the day after we did the last podcast, they were like, so Claire's coming back, right? I'm like,
why wouldn't they bring her back if she's just out there? Just bring both of them back.
Yeah, that's companion overload. You don't want that.
Aww.
And Bill's already on payroll, so she.
What is the actress who plays? I mean, I guess she's hanging with the Game of Thrones girl, but what is she doing? What is she doing? Anything? She's probably free.
I think the reason she left in the first place was to play Elizabeth on a show, but
The Queen.
It wasn't the Crown, but it was another similar one.
Oh well.
All I know is that. So here's the thing I find disturbing, and I haven't quite. Actually, I'm going to confirm this right now because I've seen this trailer too many times. Jumanji.
She's in Jumanji.
No, but I believe. Where is it? Okay, yes. Okay, I wasn't drunk or high both times. I was like, so let me get this straight. Karen Gillan, who was previously Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy and super awesome, is now playing nerdy girl turned hot girl in the Jumanji 2 sequel? What's up with that?
Jumanji 2. Is that a sequel to Jumanji 2?
No, or the Jumanji sequel, which isn't actually a sequel.
Oh, yes. The one with...
Jumanji was some kind of Contra video game set in a jungle. What if it was Far Cry? Instead of setting wheat fields on fires with Skrillex in the background, you get The Rock and Jack Black and Aaron Gillan.
It's gonna be a winner.
Winner, chicken dinner. That's for sure.
Oh well.
speaking of winners, quick one pull for this week.
That's a good time. Jumanji.
Jumanji, the very definition of anime. I've been Crazy Canuck.
Firehawk 12.
And we'll see you next time.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh, I was gonna ask if you're going to watch that Stanley anime.
Yes.
Reflection or whatever.
Yes.
But we could talk about that next time when you watch it.
Yeah, I will. So it's also being dubbed. God damn it. I know I say that place.
Apparently, Stanley is in the Japanese version.
Yes, I would assume he is. Yes.
So.
In both versions, so that'll be something. Yeah, that came out yesterday, and I didn't get the chance to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
That's coming done. So.
You're just gonna wait.
But yeah, so that's a thing.
Cool.
Yeah. And hopefully we can do it. That's not like super late and Kirk can be here.
What time is it there now? 10?
It's almost 10.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yep.
I'm gonna watch that episode of Welcome to the Ballroom, and then.
And yes.
And I'll talk to you later.
See you.
Actually, I'm gonna just click this button right here if I can find it.
Bleep bloop.
Where? No, there's too many.
Bloop bloop.
Stop.
Bleep bloop.
And bleep bloop. Bleep bloop.
Bloop bloop.
Bleep bloop bleep.
Bloop bloop.
Yay, not corrupted. We're good. All right. I'll talk to you later.
See you.
See ya.